The cyclone!
Dorothy
Gale
lived in the midst of the great Kansas prairies.
With
Uncle Henry,
who was a farmer,
and Aunt Em, who was a farmer's wife. Their house was small.
For the lumber to build it had to be carried by wagon many miles.
When Dorothy stood in the doorway and looked around, she could see nothing but the great gray prairie on every side.
Not a tree nor a house broke the broad sweep of flat country that reached to the sky in all directions.
When Aunt Em came to live,
She was a young, pretty wife, but the sun and wind had changed her too.
taken the sparkle from her eyes and left them a sober gray,
Taken the red from her cheeks and lips.
and they were gray also.
But
then there was
then there was
Dorothy, and they loved Dorothy,
as if she were their own.
and Dorothy loved them too.
But it was Toto that made Dorothy laugh.
and saved her from growing as gray as her surroundings.
Toto played all day long.
And Dorothy played with him.
And loved him dearly.
Today,
However,
They were not playing.
Uncle Henry stood upon the doorstep and looked anxiously at the sky,
Which was even grayer than usual.
if possible.
From the far north, they could hear a low wail of the wind, and Uncle Henry and Dorothy could see.
where the long grass bowed in waves.
Before the coming storm.
Quick, Em! There's a cyclone coming! Uncle, look after the storm!
Quick, Dorothy, run for the cellar!
Turtle jumped out of Dorothy's arms and hid under the bed.
Aunt Em, Toto! Badly frightened. Toto, no! Throw open the door and started to climb down into the storm cellar.
The council with the munchkins.
she was awakened by a shock
so sudden and so severe,
that if Dorothy had not been lying on the soft bed, she might have been hurt.
We're not moving anymore, Toto. And it isn't dark at all. Toto, look.
the cyclone had set the house down very gently
For a cyclone.
in the midst of a country of marvelous beauty. Stately trees bore luscious fruit,
Banks of gorgeous flowers were on every hand.
And birds with rare and brilliant plumage sang and fluttered in the trees and bushes.
Wow.
You are welcome, noble sorceress, to the land of the Munchkins. We are so grateful to you for having killed the Wicked Witch of the East and setting our people free from her tyranny.
I've never done anything before. And especially not a person.
Your house did, anyway. And that's the same thing. See? There are two awful old feet still sticking out from under a block of wood. Look at how the sunlight flashes off of her silver shoes.
The silver shoes.
My house must have fallen on her. What are we going to do?
There's nothing to be done.
But who was she?
She was the Wicked Witch of the East. You really must pay better attention, dear. She forced all the Munchkins to become her slaves.
What?
And they worked for her endless nights and days.
She taxed us unmercifully. Didn't she once cast a spell on you?
You set them all free, and they are grateful to you for the favor.
But, well, who are the Munchkins?
They are the people of this land, the land of the East, where the Wicked Witch ruled.
And are you a Munchkin?
No, but I am their friend. Even though I live in the north, when they saw that the Wicked Witch was dead, they sent a swift messenger to me, and I used my magic to come as quickly as I could.
Magic? Well, then you must be...
I am the Good Witch of the North.
But I thought all witches were wicked.
That is a great mistake. I am good and the Munchkins left me. I would have set them all free myself, but I'm not as powerful as the Wicked Witch of the East is.
Oh, was.
Was.
Indeed, once there were 4 witches in all of Oz. Those who live in the north and south are good witches.
Oh.
Since I'm the Witch of the North, I know that this is true and not a mistake. But now that you have come and killed the Witch of the East, there is but one Wicked Witch left in all of Oz. The one who lives in the West.
It's so cold.
You killed my sister, little girl.
You killed the Witch of the East!
Oh, I didn't mean to.
Oh, you cannot hide from my power.
You cannot hide from me.
You have no power in this land!
Oh, I shall. Soon I shall have all of us.
This girl is an experienced killer of wicked witches. Be warned!
The silver shoes. I want them,
And I shall have them!
The silver shoes will yet be mine.
Was that her?
Indeed, the Wicked Witch of the West. Awful old thing. I'm afraid she will try to destroy you if you come across her path.
I don't imagine I'd like that at all.
You really don't have experience with witches, do you?
Well, my Aunt Dem told me all the witches were dead. Years and years ago.
Well, Aunt Tem was wrong. Whoever or whatever that is.
She's my aunt who lives in Kansas.
Never heard of it. Is it a civilized country?
Occasionally.
That accounts for it. The land of Oz has never been civilized, for we are cut off from the rest of the world. Therefore, we still have witches and wizards amongst us.
Who are the wizards?
Oz himself is the great wizard. He is more powerful than the rest of us put together. It is he who chased away the wicked witches and keeps the Emerald City safe.
Oh, I think you should see this.
That was gross! She was so old and wicked that she dried up quickly in the sun. But, that means the silver shoes are yours now.
But the Wicked Witch of the West.
Wants them for herself, of course.
The Witch of the East was awfully proud of those silver shoes.
Awfully proud.
And there's some kind of charm connected to them, but what it was, we never knew. The Wicked Witch of the West mustn't ever get a hold of these shoes. Not ever. For she's right, you know. She would use their magic to conquer all of Oz, and that would prove disastrous for everyone who lives here.
Oh, I need to get home. Oh, as beautiful as your country is, I'm sure Aunt Dem and Uncle Henry are terribly worried about me by now.
That could be a problem. At the east, not far from here, there is a great desert that turns whoever touches it to sand.
Oh, that's awful.
And there it is again at the edge of the west where the other Wicked Witch lives.
And in the south where Glinda lives.
Glinda!
But who
And
is...
since I call the north my home, and I know it intimately, I fear I must tell you that the deadly deserts exist there as well. You'll just have to live with us, my dear.
Oh, no. I need to get back to my Aunt Em and Uncle Henry.
I see. I believe the only help you can find is in the City of Emeralds.
Where's the City of Emeralds?
In the direct center of
Where it
Oz.
is ruled by the great wizard himself.
Is he a good man?
He is a good wizard. Whether he is a man or not, I do not know, for I've never seen him.
Well, how will I get there?
You must walk through a country that is sometimes pleasant and sometimes dark and terrible. But you mustn't fear. I will use all the magical arts that I know to keep you safe.
Won't you come with me?
Alas, I cannot. But I shall give you my kiss upon your forehead, and no one dare injure the one who bears the kiss of the Witch of the North.
All right. Thank you.
Now, the road to the Emerald City is paved with yellow brick, so there is no possible way you can miss it. When you reach the city and see the wizard, do not be afraid. Tell him in simple terms what you want and ask him for his help. Goodbye, my dear, and good luck.
Bye.
Goodbye. If you should ever need me again, just call. Goodbye.
Toto, she was a witch after all. Now, how else would you expect her to go? Follow the yellow brick road. How curious. Follow the yellow brick. There it is. Come on. Huh.
how Dorothy saved the Scarecrow.
Hey, that's me!
There were several roads nearby.
But it did not take Dorothy long to find the road of the yellow brick.
Within a short time, she was walking briskly toward the Emerald City, her silver shoes twinkling merrily on the hard yellow roadbed.
And with Toto beside her, the sun shone bright.
And the birds sang sweetly.
And Dorothy did not feel nearly so bad as you might think a little girl.
Who had been suddenly whisked away from her own country.
And set down.
In the midst
Of a strange land.
might feel. She was surprised as she walked along to see how pretty the country was around her.
Once in a while, she would pass a house, and the people came out and bowed low as she went by.
For everyone knew she had destroyed the Witch of the East and set them free.
All of the houses were painted blue, for in the country of the East, blue is the favorite color.
When Dorothy was tired with her long walk, she passed a big blue house that was larger than the rest.
Where a celebration with both singing and dancing was taking place. Everybody started celebrating.
The house belonged to a rich munchkin farmer named Buck, who seeing Dorothy called, "Please join us."
It's because of you we are able to celebrate at all, you know.
Thank you.
You must be an exceptional sorceress.
Why?
Because you wear the silver shoes and you have killed the wicked witch. Besides, your bows are white, and only witches and great sorceresses wear white.
Oh, but they're only bows. See, I'm wearing blue too.
That is very nice of you to wear. Blue is the color of the munchkins, and white is the witch color. So we know you're a friendly witch.
Well, I suppose eventually. I'll just get used to everyone thinking I'm a witch.
Dorothy stayed with the munchkins that night and celebrated into the wee hours of the morning. Then slept quite soundly before enjoying a hearty breakfast.
Oh, how far is it to the Emerald City?
Well, I do not know, for none of us have ever been there. We find it best to stay away from the Wizard of Oz, unless you have business with him. The yellow brick road is beautiful, and so is the countryside.
Yes.
Some of it. But you will pass through many dangerous places. There is still one wicked witch left in Oz, after all.
Oh, I've met her. Oh, well, the crow part of her.
And there are Kalitas, and evil trees, and hammerheads, and oh dear! So many dreadful things. Are you sure you wouldn't rather stay here with us? You could be mayor.
No, that's very nice of you to offer. But I need to get back to my Aunt Em and Uncle Henry as quickly as I can. Thank you for everything. Come on, Toto.
Please stay.
That was unwise, Munchkin. You should have held the girl until I could arrive in person. Whatever my sister could do to you, I can do far worse. I want those shoes. Be told.
After Dorothy had gone several miles, she stopped to rest before a great cornfield.
Where she saw a scarecrow placed high atop a pole to keep the birds away from the ripe corn.
Oh, Toto, look. Oh, Toto. Did that scarecrow just wink at me? Careful, Toto.
How do you do? Oh, I didn't mean it.
I'm pretty well, thank you. How do you do?
I'm not feeling pretty well. It is exceedingly tedious being perched up here night and day.
Can't you get down?
I don't think so. I'm exceedingly, exceptionally sure that... No, I can't. This pole is stuck very far up my back.
Oh,
If you could please take away the pole, I will be greatly obliged to you.
like this? Whoa.
Whoa! Oh, my goodness! Oh, you are clever. Thank you. I feel like a new man.
I'm sorry if it seems like I'm staring. I've just never seen a straw man talk before.
Don't they have talking straw men where you come from?
Well, yes, but none like you.
You must not come from the land of Oz.
Well, I come from Kansas. I'm going to the Emerald City to ask the Wizard of Oz to send me back there.
Where is the Emerald City?
Well, don't you know?
I don't know much of anything. I'm stuffed, as you now know, and I have no brains at all inside my head or anywhere else.
Oh, goodness. I'm very sorry.
Do you think that if I came with you, the wizard could give me some brains?
I don't think it could hurt that much to ask. If he doesn't, then you're no worse off than you were before.
That sounds logical.
Well, why do you want brains so badly? I find that most people get along quite well without them. Oh, here. Whoa.
After the farmer who built me left me on that pole, an old crow perched on my pole, and he said,
I wonder if the farmer thought to fool me in this clumsy manner. Any crow with sense could see that you were only stuffed with straw. Ah!
Then he hopped down and ate all the corn he wanted. I felt sad at seeing this, for it showed I was not such a good scarecrow after all. But the old crow comforted me, saying,
If only you had brains in your head, you would be as good a man as any of them. Any better man than some of them. Brains are the only thing worth having in this world, no matter whether one is a crow or a man. Ah! Ah!
even though I can't be hurt physically, since I'm made of straw and all, I found that it did hurt quite a lot to be called a fool.
Yeah.
And if my head stays stuffed with straw instead of brains, how will I ever know anything?
Oh, I think I understand how you feel. Whoa. Oh, let's go.
Oh.
Oh, you mustn't mind Toto. He doesn't bite.
I'm not afraid of him. He couldn't hurt the straw, see?
Oh.
But I'll tell you a secret. There was one thing in the world I am afraid of.
What is it? The Munchkin farmer who made you?
Nope. It's a lighted match.
The rescue of the Tin Woodman.
Come on.
As Dorothy and the Scarecrow made their way down the yellow brick road, they found that there were fewer fruit trees.
Fewer farms.
And the farther they went, the more dismal and lonesome the country became.
I'm afraid I don't like this part of the road as much.
I just can't understand why you want to leave this beautiful country and go back to the dry, gray Kansas you told me about.
Well, no matter how dreary or gray our homes are, we people of flesh and blood would rather live there than any other place, no matter how beautiful it is. Remember, there is no place like home.
I suppose if your heads were all stuffed with straw, like mine is, you would probably all live in beautiful places. And then Kansas would have no people at all. It is fortunate for Kansas that you have brains.
Oh, what was that?
It came from over there.
Whoa, he's all made of tin.
Did you groan?
I certainly did. I've been groaning for more than a year now, but no one has heard me or come to help me.
Well, how can we help you?
Get an oil can and oil my joints. They're rusted so early that I cannot move them at all. There's one with the tree.
Where? Oh, right there.
Right over there.
Here it is. Let me help you, friend.
Oh,
Right here.
thank you. Get the other side, quick.
Here.
Please.
Here you go. Right there.
Right there, too.
Yes. Oh, help him.
Oh, thank you. That feels so much better. I've been rested solid for at least a year now, though it may have been longer than that. And I might have stood there for always if you hadn't come along and saved my life. What brings you here?
We're on our way to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
He's terrifying. Or that's what people say. Why do you want to see him?
Well, I wanted to send me back to my home in Kansas. And the Scarecrow wants brains.
Well, do you think Oz could give me a heart?
Well, I suppose so. I guess it'd be as easy as fitting brains in a Scarecrow's head.
Or even easier.
Well, if you'll have me, I'd like to ask the wizard for a heart. So can I join your party?
Of course you can join us.
It was a bit of good luck that the Tin Woodman had joined Dorothy and the Scarecrow.
For soon they began their journey again.
They came to a place where the trees and branches grew so thickly over the road that the travelers could not pass.
Oh, no!
That's an axe, right?
Why? So it is.
You should use that. Chop them good.
My pleasure.
Oh. Oh, no, good thinking, Scarecrow.
I agree, but I thought you didn't have any brains.
I don't. My head is stuffed with straw.
Well, one needs brains to have ideas. Don't you think that, well, maybe.
My
that-
head is quite empty too, but so is my chest. Once I had brains and a heart as well, and having had them both, I must say I'd prefer a heart.
Well, how'd you lose them?
It's a sad story, or I assume it is. Without a heart, I can't really tell for sure. But I was born the son of a woodman who taught me all he knew about chopping wood for a living. After he died, I took care of my mother for as long as she lived. When she passed, I decided to marry so I wouldn't be alone anymore. I fell in love with one of the Munchkin girls, a beauty named Nimmy Amy.
I will marry you someday, Nick Chopper. I swear it.
But when?
As soon as I'm free.
For Nimmy was a slave to the wicked witch of the East, who was evil and merciless, as I'm sure you've heard.
No!
Nimmy! Nimmy did all the cooking and housework for the witch, who was lazy as well as wicked.
Totes that water, girl, and don't spill a drop.
So of course,
I know.
the witch was unwilling to lose so valuable a slave.
You never allow water anywhere near you.
Which is a secret that will die with you. For you will never leave me. You know this.
Yes, I know.
You dare use that tone with me?
I'm sorry.
If I didn't know any better, why, I'd think you were hiding something from me, dear Nimmy.
But the wicked witch had spies everywhere.
Oh, Nick. I cherish these moments alone with you.
And she soon learned
Tomorrow night.
of our plans.
Tomorrow night, I will steal away from her forever. I promise.
I fear for you, my darling.
I'll be very brave. If I could figure out the charm behind her silver shoes, I'll use it to fly as far from here. And if that doesn't work, there's always water.
Water? Water?
That's what I said.
Wicked witches are afraid of water, you see. It's because the evil has dried up all the goodness and feelings and empathy inside of them, and so they dried up with it. The Wicked Witch of the East never allows water to touch her in any fashion.
I can only imagine what would happen if it does.
I think that soon we shall find out.
But before we could escape or push her down a well, the wicked witch enchanted my axe.
Bye.
Bye. So that one by one, it cut off various pieces of my body. Fortunately, a tinsmith happened upon me, and he made me a body piece out of tin for each one that I'd lost. But the witch was furious at being balked,
No one balks me. I'm so furious.
that she cast one final spell.
Pape, Pape,
So that my axe chopped off my head and went right through my chest as if it were mere butter. The tinsmith fixed me up with a new head and chest made of tin. But without a heart, I lost all my love for Nimmy Amy, and I didn't care whether I married her or not.
Nick? Nick, where are you?
You will never see your Tin Woodman again, my dear.
What do you suppose happened to her?
I guess that she's still living around here somewhere, now that the witch is gone, waiting for me to come after her.
But you won't?
As I am now, not a chance.
That was a terribly sad story.
While I was in love, I was the happiest man on earth. But you can't love if you don't have a heart. And so, I'm resolved to ask Oz to give me one. If he does, I'll find my Nimmy again, and I'll marry her.
As lovely as that story was, I think I'll ask for brains instead of a heart. For a fool would not know what to do with the hearts if he had one.
I shall take the heart, for brains do not make one happy. And happiness, I think, is the best thing in the world.
The Cowardly Lion!
All this time, Dorothy and her companions had been walking through the thick woods.
The road was still paved with yellow bricks.
But these were much covered by dried branches and dead leaves from the trees. And walking was
Not at all easy.
Buck was right. This part of the journey has grown rather frightening. How far to out of the forest?
I have never been this far before.
You shouldn't worry, Dorothy. I'm made of straw, and he's made of tin, so nothing can harm us. Oh, even though you were only made of flesh and blood, and thus very fragile and edible, you do bear the mark of the good witch of the north on your forehead. So I guess, yay? I mean, yay!
Oh, but Toto, who will protect him?
We'll have to protect him ourselves, if it should come to that.
Oh, Toto! Oh, no, you don't!
Ouch, ouch, ouch!
No, you ought to be ashamed of yourself! A great big beast like you trying to bite a poor little dog!
Oh, I didn't bite him!
No, but you tried to! You're nothing but a great big coward!
Oh, I know! Oh, I mean, I've always known it. Oh, but how could I help it?
You could try harder to not be a coward.
Oh, I would if I could. Oh, what is he?
He's a dog, of course.
Oh, is he stuffed like that one or made of tin like the other one?
Well, no, he's a meat dog.
He's so little. Oh, hardly worth the effort, really. No one would think of biting such a small, furry creature. Oh, except for a coward like me.
What makes you a coward anyways?
Oh, it's a mystery. I suppose I was born that way.
Perhaps you have heart disease?
I don't think it very likely.
If you do, you should count yourself lucky to have one at all.
Oh, try to remember that.
Perhaps if you had better brains, you'd be less of a coward.
Well, I don't think that's very nice.
I'm gonna ask the Wizard of Oz for better brains.
What of the what now?
The Wizard of Oz! The wonderful Wizard of Oz! I'm going to ask him for a heart.
And I'm gonna ask him to send me and Toto back to Kansas.
Do you think he could give me courage?
Well, I don't see why not.
Then I'll go with you. Oh, if you don't mind. Oh, my life is simply unbearable without courage.
You're very welcome to come with us.
Oh.
The
Journey to the Great Oz.
They were obliged to camp out that night under a large tree in the forest.
For there were no houses near.
And the Tin Woodman chopped a great pile of wood and built Dorothy a splendid fire that warmed her and made her feel less lonely.
If you wish, I will go into the woods and kill a deer. Oh, and you can roast it in the fire.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't. I should certainly weep if you were to kill a poor deer, and then my jaws might rust.
But the lion went away on his own into the deep, dark forest and found his own supper.
And no one ever knew what it was.
And he never mentioned it.
I believe we're nearing the end of these terrible woods. Look, you can see daylight.
We must be close to the Emerald City.
Oh, we must be extra careful here, for this is the home of the Kalidas.
Oh, what's a Kalita?
Oh, they're monstrous beasts. Oh, with heads like tigers. Oh, and bodies like bears. And claws so long and sharp. Oh, they could tear me into as easily as I could kill Toto.
Hey!
Oh, sorry, Toto. Oh, I'm more afraid of the Kalidas than almost anything.
And that's saying a lot.
Hey!
I'm not surprised you are. Oh, they sound perfectly dreadful.
Oh, I think there's something out there.
I can almost sense what it is.
Oh, something's coming. We should hurry. Oh, Toto. Oh, come here, boy.
Oh, watch your step.
Careful.
I've never been this far out of the forest.
Oh, no. Look. Oh, careful.
I've never seen a gulf as great as this one.
We'll never cross it. Oh, can you see the bottom?
No.
Oh, look! Here's a big tree right here. If you were to chop it down, it would fall onto the other side and we could walk across.
Oh, that's a first-rate idea, Scarecrow. Oh, one might suspect you have brains in your head after all. Oh,
Quickly, move.
you got this, Tin Man. You got this.
Come on,
Ugh.
Come on.
Keep going.
Come on, we
It's
gotta
all right,
go.
Toto.
Come on.
Going.
You can do it, Tin
one
Man.
more.
There.
One more.
Oh, come on.
Oh, you did it! You did it! You did it!
Okay, now go on.
Oh, careful.
Steady, Scarecrow.
Quickly!
Stop, fools! Give me the silver shoes and you all may live!
Why do they want the silver shoes?
Oh, that's a superb question. Have you seen the size of their feet?
Oh, the shoes, foolish girl! Now!
It's the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh, whoever they are, they will surely tear us to pieces with their sharp claws. Oh, but stand close behind me. Don't fight them as long as I'm alive.
Lion!
Chop away the end of the tree! Lion!
Oh, you will never escape! Never!
Oh, okay. Hurry, good man, hurry.
Right there!
We're running
Come
around.
on, faster, come on! Come on!
And just as the two Galitas started to cross, the tree fell into crash.
And both were dashed to pieces on the sharp rocks at the bottom.
Are you all right? Lion.
Okay.
Oh, we made it! Oh, thank you! Oh, come on!
Oh, don't thank me. Thank the Scarecrow.
Oh, thank you, good man, thank you.
Oh, it was all his idea. Thank him.
Oh, it seems we're going to stay alive. A little while longer now. Oh, how nice. I was just telling myself it must be fairly uncomfortable not to be alive.
Well, on to us.
The deadly poppy field!
They awoke the next morning full of hope.
And Dorothy breakfasted like a princess off peaches and plums from the trees beside the river. Behind them was the dark forest they had passed through safely.
And before them was the lovely sunny country that seemed to beckon them onto
The
Emerald City!
They walked along, listening to the singing of the brightly colored birds.
And looking at the lovely flowers.
Which were now so thick the ground was carpeted with them.
There were big yellow
And white and blue,
and purple blossoms.
Besides great clusters of
Scarlet poppies.
which were so brilliant in color.
They almost dazzled Dorothy's eyes.
Aren't they beautiful?
When I have brains, I should probably like them better.
If only I had a heart, I think I'd love them.
Oh, I always did like flowers. They seem so helpless and frail. Oh, but there are none in the forest as bright as these little guys.
Now it is well known that when there are a great many poppies together,
Their odor is so powerful.
that anyone who breathes it
Falls asleep.
And if the sleeper is not carried away from the scent of the flowers, he sleeps on and on forever.
Oh, what just happened?
I don't know, but it doesn't look good. What do we do?
Oh, if we leave Dorothy here, she will die. Oh, the smell of the flowers will kill her. Just speaking for myself, I can barely keep my eyes open. Oh, and Toto is already asleep. Oh, I think I'll go get help after I have just a little cat nap.
No.
What?
Quick! Dorothy first! Let's carry her.
Right. Oh, be gentle.
After this, we'll grab the lion.
No, he's too heavy to lift. It'll kill me to leave him here, metaphorically speaking.
And it will certainly kill him if we do. Literally speaking. Oh, come on, lion.
Wake up, lion!
No, get away, no. Help me,
Don't you suppose it's wrong to let a wildcat hurt such a pretty, harmless creature?
Don't you suppose it's also maybe wrong too? Never mind. You're good.
Oh, thank you ever so much for saving my life.
Oh, don't mention it. I have no heart, you know, so I'm always careful to help out anyone who may need a friend, even if they happen to be only a mouse.
Only a mouse? Why, I am a queen. The queen of all the field mice.
Oh, Your Majesty.
Oh, Your Majesty, we thought you would be killed. How did you manage to escape the great wildcats?
Oh, that funny tin man killed the wildcat and saved my life.
thank you.
So, hereafter, you must serve him and obey his slightest wish.
We will.
Oh, no, come back. Toto won't hurt you.
Are you sure he won't bite us?
Oh, I won't let him.
Oh, how can we repay you for saving the life of our queen?
Oh, there's nothing that I can think of.
Oh, not true. You can save our friend, the cowardly lion, who's sleeping right now in the puppy bed.
A lion? Why, he would gobble us up.
Oh, I don't think so. The lion is quite a coward, you see, and he would never hurt anyone who is our friend.
Well, a coward? Very well, we will trust you. What do you want of us?
Are there many mice who call you queen?
Oh, yes, thousands.
Summon them all. It'll take all of them for what I've got planned, and tell them to each bring a piece of string.
The queen ordered the mice to fetch all the rest, and soon they came to her from all directions.
Thousands of them.
Big mice, little mice, and middle-sized mice.
What can field mice do? They're so small.
I could be wrong, of course. Probably ain't. But I was just thinking that one field mouse by herself is pretty tiny. But many field mice, even though they are tiny, can be mighty together. I think. I mean, it stands to reason.
Well, you'd better be right. The lion doesn't have much time left.
Each brought a piece of string into their tiny paws.
Holy moly!
Permit me to introduce Her Majesty, the Queen.
Oh, pleased to meet you, Your Majesty.
The Tin Woodman and the Scarecrow began to fasten the mice to the lion with the strings they had brought.
After a great deal of hard work, for the lion was quite heavy, they managed to begin pulling.
At first, the little creatures, many though they were, could hardly stir him.
But with the help of Dorothy and the Scarecrow and the Woodman, it grew easier.
And soon they were out of the poppy bed and into green fields.
Where he could breathe the sweet, fresh air again.
Mom, just 5 more minutes. Oh, holy moly!
If you ever need us again, come out into the field and call, and we shall come immediately to your assistance. Goodbye, my friends.
Goodbye.
You know, I always thought of myself as being very big and terrible. Oh, but then those flowers came close to killing me. And then animals, even littler than the flowers, saved me. Life sure is weird, ain't it? Oh, so what do we do now?
We find the yellow brick road again.
And we keep following it.
Until it leads us to...
The wonderful Emerald City of
Oz!
Everything is green here, just like it's all blue in Munchkin Land.
They saw a beautiful green glow in the sky just before them.
Suddenly,
Before them.
Appeared a big gate.
All studded with emeralds.
That glittered so in the sun that even the painted eyes of the Scarecrow were dazzled. What do you wish for in the Emerald City?
We're here to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
It has been many years since anyone asked to see Oz. He is powerful and terrible.
Oh, that doesn't sound very nice at all.
But we have been told that Oz is a good wizard. Wonderful, even.
Oh, he is. He rules the Emerald City wisely and well. But to those who are not honest or who approach him with curiosity, he is most terrible. I am the guardian of the gate. And since you demand to see the great Oz, I must take you to his palace. Here are strangers who demand to see the great wizard.
Please make yourselves comfortable while I tell Oz you are here.
It feels like we've been traveling forever. Oh, but here we are at last. Look, I'm so nervous, my hands are shaking.
Oh, my paws are always shaking.
At last I shall have my brains.
And I'll have my heart.
And I'll have my courage finally.
Oh, and Doll, have you seen the wizard?
Oh, no. No one has ever seen him. But I spoke to him as he sat behind his screen, and I gave him your message. He said he will grant you each an audience, but each one of you must enter his presence alone, starting with the little girl who wears the silver shoes.
How does he know about those?
The great and powerful Oz knows everything. Plus, I might have mentioned that you are wearing them. He wasn't going to see you at first, you know, but when I mentioned the silver shoes, he decided to see you.
Let the little girl come forth!
You must go to the throne room alone.
Oh,
We'll be waiting for you right here, Dorothy.
We promise.
We won't let anyone hurt you.
you're the best friends I've ever had.
I am Oz,
the great and terrible.
Who are you and why do you seek me?
I am Dorothy, the small and meek.
I have come to you for help.
How did you come to possess the
Silver shoes!
The Good Witch of the North gave them to me. They come from the Wicked Witch of the East after my house fell on her.
And the mark on your forehead!
Well, that's where the Good Witch of the North kissed me for protection. Before she sent me here to you.
The Good Witch, eh?
What do you
Wish me.
to do?
Send me back to my home in Kansas, please. I'm sure Aunt Em is terribly worried since I've been gone for so long.
Why should I do this for you?
Because you are strong and I am weak. Because you are a great wizard and I am only a helpless little girl.
But you are strong enough to kill the Wicked Witch of the East.
I'd say that makes you far from helpless.
Still, I will make a bargain with you. Help me
And I'll help you.
What do you want me to do?
Kill the Wicked Witch of the West!
Oh, I couldn't do a thing like that.
Then you don't want to go home very badly.
Do you?
It's just, well, I've never killed anything willingly.
That
Is
your problem.
Well, if you're so great and terrible, why don't you kill yourself?
until the Wicked Witch dies.
You will never shear Aunt and Uncle!
Again!
Oh,
Oh, child.
No.
Be of good cheer.
The witch is wicked!
Tremendously wicked.
And she ought to be killed!
no. I don't think anyone ought to be killed.
You're boring me. Go.
And do not let me see you again!
Until you have completed your task!
Wait. Oh, it's hopeless. Hopeless.
Oh, don't be upset, Dorothy. Please. It kills me to see you so.
Oz refuses to send me home unless I kill the Wicked Witch of the West. I can never do anything so horrible.
Oh, my turn. Let me see if I can change his mind.
I am Oz, the great and terrible. Who are you, and why do you seek me?
And so they each approached the great and terrible Oz.
But for each of them, Oz appeared!
In a quite different form.
I am Oz.
The great and terrible.
Who are you?
And why do you seek me?
I am only a scarecrow, stuffed with straw.
Straw. I'm a woodman, made of tin.
I'm a cowardly lion, afraid of everything.
And
I'm begging you for
some brains.
A heart.
Courage!
Why should I do this for you?
Because you are wise and powerful.
Because you alone have the power to grant my request.
Because of all the wizards in all the world.
You are the most wonderful.
I never grant favors without some return. So,
Help Dorothy kill the Wicked Witch.
bring me proof that the Wicked Witch is dead. And at that moment, I will give you brains.
A heart.
Courage! The witch must die.
Now
go!
Oh, what shall we do now?
There is only one thing we can do. We must go to the land of the Winkies who live in the West, find the Wicked Witch, and destroy her.
Oh, but I don't like the idea of killing anyone.
Neither do I.
And I shall never have courage.
And I shall never have brains.
And I shall never have a heart.
And I shall never see Aunt Em or Uncle Henry again. Kansas, it's so gray and lonely. They need me, and I need them too. It's home, my home, and I miss it. I suppose we must try. Perhaps we can, I don't know, reason with the witch.
Oh, I will follow you anywhere, Dorothy. Even though I'm far too much of a coward to actually kill anyone.
I will go too, though I'm far too foolish to come up with any kind of plan.
I haven't the heart to kill even a witch, no matter how wicked she may be. But if you go, I'll go with you.
I don't know how I'd ever do this alone.
You aren't alone.
We'll always be here for you, Dorothy. You saved us. It's the least we could do.
So what are we waiting for? Let's go kill the Wicked Witch.
Ah! Oh, Dorothy Gale. Don't you worry, darling girl. You certainly aren't alone. You have me too, and I'm watching you. I'm always watching you and your idiot friends. And those shoes. Yes, the silver shoes. And once they belong to me, I will be the greatest power in Oz. Then I'll put you where you belong. Don't you worry about that, because after all, what was it you said? There's no place like home, is there? Yes!
The search for the Wicked Witch!
The soldier led our friends through the streets of the Emerald City until they reached the gates again.
Oh, no, which road leads to the Wicked Witch of the West?
There is no road. No one ever wishes to go that way.
How will we find her?
Don't worry about that, my friends. She'll find you.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Oh, you probably shouldn't.
She'll send something after you, and then she'll make you her slave.
We have this plan to destroy her. See?
No one's ever destroyed her before, so naturally I assume she'll make slaves of you.
You should be careful. She's terribly wicked and fierce. She tried to take over the Emerald City once, but the wizard drove her off
However, did he do that?
with his wonderfulness.
He's quite wonderful, you know.
We've met, them.
Keep to the west where the sun sets, and you cannot fail to find the Wicked Witch.
Or she'll find you, then enslavement for everyone. Have a good trip.
All right.
They bade the Emerald City goodbye.
And turn towards the west.
Walking over fields of soft grass dotted here and there with
Daisies
and buttercups.
that gradually became a
Scorched and blasted wasteland!
Oh, this isn't pleasant terrain at all.
And it's so hot.
And it will only grow hotter and hotter still, pretty girl. Hotter and hotter and hotter and...
the Wicked Witch of the West had but one eye.
Yet this eye was as powerful as a telescope.
And could see everywhere.
Oh, what is your command?
Go to Dorothy and her friends. Tear them to pieces. Do it slowly. Leave the silver shoes unscathed and bring them to me.
Why don't you make them your slaves? Like you did
Are you questioning me?
No, absolutely not.
Then bring me what I need.
How are we to bring you the silver shoes?
Yeah, what do you expect us to do? Wear them all the way back here on our paws?
See, I can be merciful, but I show no mercy to those who dare work against me. And after all, there is but one side, isn't there? My side.
We will tear them to pieces. We will be gentle with the shoes. We will bring them to you.
Yes.
Oh, this is my fight. Get behind me.
As the leader of the wolves came on.
The Tin Woodman swung his arm.
My axe is sharp. Do you see? It can chop your head from your body. Just like that.
We are not afraid.
We are not afraid!
My lord, if you will permit me. Yes, I heard about this wildcat and this Tin Man. Cut its head off. Whoosh! In one swoop, cut it clean off.
Does the witch treat you so well that you are willing to die for her? Run away. I'll give you that chance. And once the witch has been disposed of, you may return to this land and be slaves to no one.
It would be nice to not be slaves any longer. But how will we know you will keep your promise?
Because I'm not killing you now. And I won't. Because you'll do the right thing. I know you'll do the right thing.
Come, wolves, after me. We're to be slaves no more.
Slaves no more! You're wonderful!
Good fight, my friend.
Thank you. The best kind, where no one gets hurt.
Oh, gone. All gone. Oh, they were weak and useless. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Hello. As queen of the crows, you are more powerful than the other birds who rule the skies.
This is true.
Oh, then show me your power. Prove it to me. Yes. Fly to the strangers who have dared come into my land. Peck out their eyes, tear them to pieces, and bring me the silver shoes.
I will not fail you, Highness.
Oh, I know you won't. You love me.
Yes.
Oh, the darkness inside you, it rivals my own. But I will destroy you without hesitation should you return without finishing the job. Do you understand?
I understand, Highness.
Then go and kill them all.
A giant crow!
It's too big to fight.
Oh, I'm afraid.
Don't be. This is my battle.
What? No.
What's he doing?
It is only a straw man. He is nothing. I will peck out his eyes.
You got it.
You can do it.
Great job. I guess that old score was wrong after all. Even though I'm only a straw man, I see that I can still scare a crow or two.
Oh, I don't like this. The witch sent those wolves and those crows. She won't stop until she destroys us all.
The witch could not understand why all of her plans to destroy the strangers had failed.
But she was a powerful witch
as well as a wicked one.
And she made up her mind soon enough how to act.
Fetch me the golden cap.
There was a golden cap with a circle of diamonds and rubies around it. Whoever owned the cap could call 3 times upon the winged monkeys, who would obey any order they were given.
Oh, I've used this cap to enslave the Winkies. And once again, when I fought the Wizard of Oz himself and drove him forever from this land. And now, I will use it one last time. One time pays for all. Oh, Zizzy. Oh, Zuzzy! Oh, Ziggy!
Now the jar began to work,
The sky was darkened.
And a low rumbling sound was heard in the air.
There's a rushing of many wings.
a chattering and laughing.
And soon the sun came out of the dark sky to show the wicked witch surrounded by a crowd of monkeys!
Each with a pair of
Immense and powerful.
Wings on his shoulders.
Well, you have called us for the third and final time. What is your command?
Oh, the silver shoes.
Ah, yes, they contain a power even greater than the golden cap, provided you know how to use them.
Oh, and I do.
Oh, then I suppose everyone in Oz must begin to quake in fear.
Oh, a wise thing to do, I expect.
And where are the silver shoes now?
Oh, go to the strangers in my land. Tear the shoes from the little girl. Kill her. Destroy the others, except the lion. Oh, bring the beast to me, for I have a mind to harness him like a horse and make him work.
Oh, your command shall be obeyed.
Which was the center?
It's so freaky.
Do something.
I'm trying.
Some of the monkeys seized the Tin Woodman.
And carried them through the air until they were over a country thickly covered with sharp rocks.
Here they dropped the poor woodman.
Where he lay so battered and dented that he could neither move nor groan.
Others of the monkeys caught the Scarecrow.
And with their long fingers, pulled all the straw out of his clothes and hat.
They made his hands and boots and clothes into a small bundle and threw it into the branches of a tall tree.
The remaining monkeys threw a piece of stout rope around the lion.
And wounds many coiled about his body and head and legs.
Until he was unable to bite or scratch or struggle in any way.
The mark on her forehead. It is powerful magic and will destroy us if we harm her.
That's right. You dare not harm me. Now bring me back my friends and I'll let you go.
We may not be able to harm you, But the witch has powers far beyond ours.
No, please! No, get off me! No!
The witch was both surprised and worried when she saw the mark on Dorothy's forehead. For she knew well that neither the winged monkeys nor she herself dared to hurt the girl in any way.
But then she looked down and saw
Silver shoes.
Oh, they're mine! The good witch of the north gave them to me!
Oh, but do you know how to use them, sweet thing?
Yes.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Get her, you worthless creatures!
We are free of you now. The power of the golden cap has ended for
Oh,
you.
for the time being, enjoy your freedom while it lasts. Get out of my sight! Now, Dorothy Gale, as for you.
My friends? Why'd you hurt my friends?
Oh, come, Dorothy dear. Feelings are worthless. Your friend, the Tin Man, is far better off without them.
Feelings give me strength. They brought me to my friends.
Oh, your friends are all gone.
I'll have them back.
Oh, you've got a spark inside you. I like that. Perhaps I could make use of you. Why, one day, under my tutelage, you could be a great sorceress, just like me.
I don't ever want to be like you.
Why not?
Because you're hateful and cruel and you hurt people.
Yes.
Why are you so wicked?
Because I can be. It's easy. Turn it all off, Dorothy, darling. Every little, tiny feeling, all of that needless compassion and empathy that's, let's face it, just gets in the way of what you want. Because that's what matters most, isn't it? What you want. Your wish, your heart's desire. Everyone else is just baggage. Think about it. You would be home right now if you hadn't stopped to help your broken and exceedingly damaged friends. They're only holding you back.
You're wrong. You're so wrong.
Oh, I'm not going to argue with you, dearest. Come with me and do everything I tell you to. And perhaps I'll let you live a while longer.
The good witch of the north told me that.
Good. Wicked. Silly Dorothy. Don't you know those are just words? They don't matter. All that matters is power. Who has it? Who knows how to use it?
Then try and destroy me.
I can't. You know I can't. The Witch of the North's magic is stronger than I anticipated. But just because I can't lay a finger on you doesn't mean I can't hurt something you love. Or someone. Ah!
Oh, Dorothy!
Ryan!
Oh, are you all right? Oh, she hasn't hurt you, has she?
Oh, I'm so sorry about all of this. If you hadn't come with me, you'd be safe back in the forest.
Oh, but then I'd never have the chance to find my courage, would I?
Oh, as fascinating as I find this little exchange, and that is to say, not at all, I find this far more interesting.
Stop it, you're hurting him.
More than that, I'm killing him, dearest.
No, you are hateful,
Yes,
wicked
yes, a million times, yes.
He's dying.
Give me the shoes and I'll make it stop.
Don't listen to her.
Oh, that's enough out of you. Stop it! How does that feel? Oh, yes! Stop it!
How'd I do that?
Yes, that's much better.
Silver shoes.
Oh, I didn't mean to. Toto! Oh, did you see what happened?
Oh, yes. Toto. Oh, what happened indeed?
Oh, no.
Please!
No! Toto, come back! Oh!
I guess I'll just keep a hold of him
Give me
until
back
we
my
sort it all
dog.
out. I could do that, but I won't. You, Winky. Set Dorothy up with some cleaning apparatus. I don't care how you do it. This castle is filthy. She will clean it all. Without the use of water, of course.
Yes, Your Highness.
And later, after you've had time to think about it, we can work out some kind of deal. And perhaps I won't drown your little dog.
No!
I'm very sorry about this. All of this.
It isn't your fault.
Well, It is a little.
What?
We weren't always ruled by the Wicked Witch, you know. But when she challenged our leader, the king of the Winkies, for dominion of our land, we didn't fight back. We weren't organized enough to fight back. We didn't even try.
And the king?
Dead. She fed him to her wolves and enslaved us all.
Oh, there must be a way to fight her.
Perhaps the power of those shoes.
I wish I knew how they worked.
That's a charm that only the witches of Oz seem to understand. You aren't a witch, I suppose?
I'm not. And I never want to be.
There are good witches.
I don't care. I just want to go home. Back to Kansas, where there aren't any witches or winged monkeys or Kalitas
Or talking scarecrows or cowardly lions.
If you hadn't come with me, you'd be safe right now. All of you would.
You're right. And where would I be, Dorothy? Where would I be right now? I'll tell you, whimpering behind a tree, listening to the other animals, frolicking and enjoying themselves. And I'd be there too. Oh, too scared to come out and ask to join. Oh, I'd rather be in this cage with you than be the way I used to be.
That's brave of you, Lion.
No, it isn't. Not unless you think it's brave to just love someone.
Sometimes that's the bravest thing you can do.
I don't hear scrubbing.
Oh, I don't suppose love is the Wicked Witch's weakness.
I wouldn't count on it.
Oh.
No. But it might be our strength. I wish I knew your secrets. Yes.
Those look hot, like burn your feet hard.
She's going to be furious if she comes back and you aren't scrubbing your fingers to the bone.
I feel kind of funny.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to give you a little bit of help. She couldn't possibly expect you to clean all of this without a little bit of water. And I know where there's some water. I'll just go grab it.
It's the shoes. They're telling me something. Whispering.
Talking shoes?
Toto! Toto, come to me, Toto! Oh, Toto, you're safe. She didn't hurt you. She didn't.
How did you do that? How did you get him back?
I am a powerful sorceress. More powerful than even you.
Oh, nonsense. It's the power of the shoe, not you. And I think I can remedy this situation after all. Oh, yes! Yes!
No! Give me back my shoe!
I will not! Oh, it's mine now. And half the power is mine as well.
It isn't too late. You don't have to be this way.
Oh, actually, I think this is exactly how I have to be. I like being powerful. Don't you get that by now?
The shoe, it brought me Toto. It fixes things. Maybe it can.
What? Fix me? Get rid of all my wonderful wickedness. I told you, stupid girl, those are just words, dull and impossible. I am more than just wicked. I am powerful. And when I have the other shoe, I will be even more powerful. Unstoppable even. And after I've destroyed you and everyone you've ever met, Oz will be mine. Mine!
I won't let you hurt anyone else.
Oh, try and stop me.
Oh, no.
Oh, lion.
Lion. No, stop it.
No, come back here.
Oh, no.
Dorothy. Yes. You fool. What have you done?
It was only water.
Oh, in a moment, I shall melt away.
What?
Oh, it burns. Oh, it burns.
I can help you. I can help.
I've been wicked in my day. No, but I never thought a little girl like you would melt me and put an end to all my wicked deeds.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just so angry. Please let me help you.
Here I go. It burns. Dorothy.
I don't believe it.
I'm really, really sorry.
What in the world are you sorry for? What? Everyone, come out! Come out! Dorothy killed her! The Wicked Witch is dead!
Is she really?
Yes, really. The Wicked Witch is dead!
The Wicked Witch is dead? Oh, if only the Scarecrow and Woodman were here. Oh, I think I'd be even happier than I am right now.
Do you think we can rescue them?
Oh, Dorothy, you've killed not one, but two wicked witches. Oh, I think for you, not even the sky's the limit.
The rescue!
Thank you. Thank you so much. The Winkies are forever in your debt.
No.
So they called upon the Winkies and asked them if they were to help rescue their friends.
Right, are you all right?
And the Winkies said, "We are delighted to do everything in our power to help you, O Slayer of Wicked Witches."
The Winkies traveled that day and part of the next.
Until they came upon the rocky plain where the Tin Woodman lay, all battered and bent.
He's in such sorry shape. Aren't any of you tinsmiths?
We are, O Slayer of Wicked Witches.
Could you straighten out the dents in the Tin Woodman? Bend him back into shape again and solder him together where he's broken?
He'll be as good as new. We promise. The Winkies set to work,
For 3 days and 3 nights.
soldering and polishing and pounding.
Until the Tin Woodman was straightened out into his old form and he was as
good as new.
Oh,
Dorothy,
oh, don't cry. You'll rest yourself.
it's so nice to be whole again. If only the Scarecrow were here, I think I'd be even happier.
So Dorothy called the Winkies to her again.
And they walked all that day.
And parts of the next.
until they came to a tall tree where the winged monkeys dropped the Scarecrow.
But once he was stuck with fresh new straw.
There stood the Scarecrow, good
as new.
Lion Scarecrow! Oh, Dorothy.
I missed you.
As nice as it is to be reunited with one's friends, I think it's even more important that we return to Oz and to claim his promise.
The Scarecrow's right. We start for the Emerald City now.
Away to Oz!
You will remember that there is no road
Not even a pathway.
between the castle of the Wicked Witch and the Emerald City.
And so our friends began to walk through the strange and uneven terrain.
They encountered much in the way of strangeness.
All the weirdness the land of Oz had to offer.
And as they made their way through the woods, the lion said,
Oh, I'm a little in love with this forest. Oh, I think I could live here. Oh, once the wizard gives me courage, I mean.
Welcome, O King of Beasts.
Me?
Him?
You are just in time to fight our enemy and bring peace to the animals of this forest once more. Hey, Tiger, come here.
Oh, is it safe?
"Of course it's safe. Look who I found."
Oh, the King of Beasts.
I think they're talking about me.
Your Highness,
Sure.
we all live in terror of a ferocious enemy that has come to the forest as of late.
Spider!
That doesn't sound too bad.
An enormous spider!
Tremendous spider, monsters.
With a body as big as an elephant and legs like tree trunks. As it moves through the forest, it seizes any animal that crosses its path. Then it places it into its mouth and eats it.
Oh, and I don't suppose there are any other lions in your forest?
Yes. He ate them.
Oh! This is very troubling. Oh, but not insurmountable.
Really?
It isn't?
Good word. Thank you. Not insurmountable. Until you consider that I'm just a...
Quiet! Do you hear that?
It's the monster!
Right, but what should we do?
Dorothy and I will grab one of his legs. I'm sorry, Tin Man. You're gonna have to take his head.
Oh, for the people I love, anything.
Help the King of Beasts! All hail the King of Beasts! All hail the King of Beasts!
welcome, friends. After we collect our rewards from the Wizard of Oz, I shall come back to this forest and rule over you wisely and well.
All hail the King of Beasts!
All hail the lion!
After facing the tremendous, horrible spider monster,
Finally, the four travelers walked up to the gates of the Emerald City and rang the bell.
Oh, you're back? You don't look enslaved to me.
Are you referring to the Wicked Witch? We melted her.
No, really?
Really, she's absolutely melted.
Who thought of that?
I did, I guess.
What a strange way to die. The wizard will want to know this at once.
Oz, the great and terrible.
Let's go.
The guardian of the gates called the soldier who finally led them back to the throne.
Come on, Toto.
I'm so nervous.
I am Oz, the great and terrible! How dare you return to me with your task left undone!
But it isn't undone.
We killed the Wicked Witch.
Is the Wicked Witch really destroyed?
She is. I melted her with a bucket of water.
Dear me.
How sudden!
Come to me tomorrow.
For I need time to think it over.
Did he sound a little different to you just then?
Look, we're not just gonna sit around and wait.
You've had plenty of time already.
Yes, you must keep your promise to us.
What's happening? What? Wait. Whoa! Hi there.
Who are you?
Well, I am Oz, the great and, terrible.
We thought you were a giant head.
And a lovely lady.
And a terrible beast.
And a ball of fire.
You're all wrong. I've been playing make-believe, I fear.
Make believe?
Yes.
You're not. I mean, aren't you a great wizard?
Oh, hush, my dear. Don't speak so loud or you'll be overheard and I'll be ruined and I'm supposed to be a great wizard, you know.
And you're really not.
No, I'm just a common man.
You aren't that either. You're just a humbug.
Yes, that'll do. I'm a humbug.
How shall I ever get my heart?
Or my brains.
And my courage.
Oh, Toto's right. We'll never get home now. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, I am. Constantly. Well, sometimes I am quite pleased with myself. I'm an excellent ventriloquist, you know. Quite flexible with my voice.
That's how you fooled us all.
Yeah.
Nothing gets by you, my friend.
But how are you here? Why does everyone think you're the great and terrible Wizard of Oz?
That is because I am so good at being a humbug. Always have been. I was born in Omaha, which is where I found my perfection.
Oh, that's close to Kansas.
So it is. I actually worked as a ventriloquist and a balloonist for one of the biggest circuses ever to come out of the Midwest. Until one day, as I was flying high above the crowds in my beautiful balloon, a great wind rose up and caught me and my beautiful balloon and blew me all the way out of my world and into this one. When the balloon came down, I found myself in the middle of these marvelous people who immediately declared me to be a wonderful wizard. How could I disappoint them? I didn't have the heart. Pardon me, my friend, but I was able to convince them to build this city, which has prospered ever since.
You tricked them.
I had to. I needed protecting, my dear. You see, my greatest fear were the witches of Oz. If they hadn't thought me to be as powerful as they would have destroyed me a long time ago. When I heard that you'd killed one wicked witch, I was prepared to offer you anything, so long as you liquidated the other, which you've done. Just didn't think you'd be so literal about it. But, and I am truly sorry to say this, I'm afraid that I am quite unable to fulfill my promises to you all.
I think you're a very bad man.
Oh, no, my dear. I'm a very good man. I'm just a very bad wizard, I must admit.
And you can't give me brains?
You don't need them. Brains don't give you intelligence, my friend. Only experience can, and the longer you go on existing, the more the more experience you'll have.
That may be true, but I'll continue to be very unhappy until I have them.
And my courage?
You have plenty of courage, I'm sure.
He's right, Lion.
Thank you, my dear. As I was saying, my feline friend, all you need is confidence in yourself. There is not one living creature on this earth who hasn't felt afraid at some point. True courage is standing up to danger when you are petrified with fear.
Oh, but I still think I'm just a big fraidy cat.
Oh, what about my heart?
I think it's silly that you want that. Hearts only make people unhappy. You're much luckier without one.
Oh, that is a matter of opinion, if you ask me. I swear I will bear all the unhappiness in the world if you would only give me a heart.
Let me see.
Maybe he is a wizard.
I don't know, what am I? All right. My friend.
What's he got there?
Here you go. Try those. Pins and needles. Simple pins and needles. How do you feel?
Sharp.
I thought you might. Okay.
Scarecrow, you got your brains.
What a beauty.
Now.
Here you go, my friend.
Is it a kind heart?
What do you think?
I think I'm kind-hearted and full of love for my friends, who I've done many kindnesses for already. So yes, it is.
Good enough. Okay. For you now. What would I do for you? Liquid courage.
Okay.
Down the hatch. Deafening, but appropriate.
Yeah, you did it. Oh.
As for you, this may be more difficult, I'm afraid.
What about your balloon? Did it survive the trip after you landed here?
It did. It did at that.
Could it be repaired?
I think it could.
And if it were repaired, could it possibly fly across the deadly desert?
I see no reason why it couldn't.
And would you mind using it to take me back to Kansas?
Not at all.
Then I shall make it home safely after all.
Oh, yes!
Oh,
How the balloon was launched.
we're going home.
Come along, my dear. It's time to go to the balloon now.
Oh, Belinda, you're
Are you excited?
We're already.
Ready?
Yes.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Goodbye, Dorothy. Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.
Farewell, my friends. After I have finished consulting with my fellow wizards who live, in Wizardland. Yes, that sounds right. I shall return. Have no doubt of that. And while I am away, the Scarecrow shall rule over you, wisely and well.
I shall. I shall.
Oh, no. No, not the balloon.
No, please come back. Oh, I want to go with you.
I can't. I'm too far away. Goodbye, my dear. Goodbye.
He's gone. He's really gone.
I'm sorry, Dorothy.
I'll never get home now. Will I?
I know it isn't what you want, but, well, the wizard made me the ruler of the Emerald City, and you can live here as long as you want to. Maybe eventually you can be happy here with us.
We love you, Dorothy.
And I love you all too. But this isn't my home. Kansas is my home. Back with Aunt Em and Uncle Henry. They must miss me terribly.
Oh, the power of my new brains is giving me an idea. Why not call upon the winged monkeys?
Those jerks, no thank you.
No, it's a great idea. They might be brutes, but it's possible they're under an enchantment and can't help the way they act.
I still don't like it, but if they lift even a single wing to do anything remotely wicked, I'll pounce them like they've never been pounced before.
Do you still have the witch's golden cap?
So a servant was sent to fetch the mysterious golden cap.
Which Dorothy had carried with her all the way from the witch's castle.
Oh, it's glowing. We'll give it a try, Dorothy.
Oh, what is your command, O noble sorceress?
Fly Dorothy out of Oz, across the deadly desert, until she's safely home in Kansas.
Oh, no. You'd have to be able to fly pretty high over the deadly desert as to not inhale its poisonous fumes, and our wings just aren't built for that kind of altitude. I'm sorry. Oh, you could ask Glinda for help.
Well, I've heard her name, but I don't know who she is.
Oh, she spends all her time in their palace in the far south of Oz. She's a big humanitarian, or so I hear. And she's the most powerful of all the witches in Oz. Oh. Let us carry you to her palace.
Oh, thank you.
At Glinda's palace.
Total.
And so, the king of the winged monkeys called upon his companions and carried Dorothy and her friends to the royal palace of Glinda in the far south of Oz. We've arrived. Witch of the South, we wait.
What can I do for you, my child?
Are you Glinda?
I am. And you are Dorothy, who has liberated half the people of Oz from bondage. You have done well, winged monkeys. I know your history, and I do not believe that any living creature should be enslaved. So, I shall break the charm on the golden cap. May I have it, please?
I don't know.
From now on, you and your band are free and shall be forevermore.
Yes! How can we ever repay you?
See that you treat others with the same respect and kindness which I have treated you, and that shall be my payment.
Agreed.
Wow.
Tell me, dear Dorothy, of your greatest wish.
Well, my friends have everything they need. But I'd like to know that they're safe and happy before I go.
You have all done well by Dorothy, and I agree you should be rewarded.
Yes.
Tell me, my brilliant and unusual friend, what shall you do after Dorothy has left us?
Well, the wizard made me the ruler of the Emerald City in his stead. So, I guess I'd like to spend the rest of my days helping the people there.
So, shall it be done?
Your Majesty, your most supreme Majesty, I am here to accompany you safely to the Emerald City as soon as you wish it. Your subjects await you.
My subjects?
The whole Emerald City. Everyone there is loyal and loves you.
Yes, and you, my shaggy and courageous friend.
Oh, I helped the beautiful forest get rid of a terrible spider. Oh, and the beasts there want me to be their king. It's something I think I'd be pretty good at.
I agree. So, shall it be done?
Oh, hail the king of beasts! Oh, hail the lion!
Gosh, I mean, grow.
And you, my heart-sick metal friend?
I am heartsick. There is nowhere for me to call home and no one to love.
Isn't there?
Oh, Nimmy Amy?
Nick, can that really be you?
I thought I'd never see you again.
I thought I'd never see you again.
Oh, thank you. A heart isn't worth much if there's no one to love with it.
And of course, there are all those people whose lives you've touched who love you too, which might just be the true measurement of a heart's success. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Does that allay your fears, Dorothy?
Oh, it does. And you are certainly as good as you are beautiful.
But something is still not quite right.
I don't know how I'm going to get back to Kansas.
I know that you miss your family.
Oh, yes.
And the answer is simple. You've had it with you this entire journey.
I have? The silver shoes. Oh, of course.
Of course, my magic silver shoes.
Yours.
I forged them years ago before they were stolen from me by the wicked witch of the East. They are quite powerful, as I'm sure you've discovered.
I noticed.
She used them to enslave all the Munchkins and the entire land of the East. It has been my most fervent hope that someone wise and possessing enough compassion and courage would use them for the purpose I intended.
To send me home?
To help those very much in need, someone like you and your wonderful friends. If you had known their true power, you could have used them to go home to your Aunt Em the very first day you came to this country.
But then I wouldn't have my amazing brains. I would have spent all my life in that farmer's cornfield.
And I wouldn't have my lovely heart. I might have stood and rested in that forest until the end of the world.
And I would have stayed a coward forever, and no beast in all the forest would have a good word to say about me.
I'm so glad I could help you all. But I'm gonna miss the way you used to holler for help before you got your courage.
Oh, I would never have found it if it hadn't been for you.
I love you all so much.
Oh, now I know I have a heart, because it's breaking.
Oh. I'm gonna miss you all so much. But I think I'll miss you most of all.
Having a brain doesn't make saying goodbye any easier.
Are you ready now, my dear?
I am. How do they work?
All you must do is click your heels together 3 times and command the shoes to carry you wherever you wish to go. It is that simple.
Then I shall ask them to carry Toto and me back to Kansas. Thank you, Glinda, for your kindness towards me and my friends. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Dorothy.
Take me home to my Aunt Em and Uncle Henry.
A heart isn't worth much if there's no one to love you.
The widow wants to know this at once.
I think they would. As long as I'm alive.
You will never see your Tin Woodman again, my dear.
That means the
I
silver
swear
shoes are
I
yours
shall.
Soon I shall have all of Oz.
Home again.
Aunt Em had just come out of the house to water the cabbages when she looked up and saw Dorothy running toward her.
Oh, Aunt Em, my darling child.
Oh my God.
Uncle
my
Henry.
girl. My sweet girl.
Oh, where in the world have you two been?
In the land of Oz. And I kept telling everyone, I need to get home to my Aunt Em and Uncle Henry. They sent me home. And here's Toto, too. And oh, Aunt Em, there is no place like home.